Hi, I'm Mhairi McFarlane and my book is Don't You Forget About Me. It's about a girl called Georgina who's a waitress in Sheffield, which is a city in England, and she has a very bad time with a bad boyfriend, and it's about kind of her journey to finding herself. She meets somebody from her past and it forces her to look at who she is and how she got to where she is. I knew that I was going to set it on the last day of school, and I knew it was about two people who had fallen in love by that point and then how they got split up, and it was when I thought about what was the misunderstanding between them and how did they part. That was kind of the genesis of the idea for the book. I love writing books and would never change that as a medium, but the one thing I envy film, TV people for is that they can put a song with a scene, and I can't do that. And I'm waiting till Kindle has a function where it's like a play song. And so that's my version of doing that. I very ham-fistedly go, and this song was playing, because I really want you sometimes to hear the music. I have never ever written a book thinking there's a message in it, but if I wanted people to take away a message, I very much during the book thought about the fact that I had very little self-confidence. So what I would like, if there is a message, is for people to think about how difficult the issue of consent is. We all need to talk about it and think about it more, because girls particularly are socialised to say, yeah, I'll just go along with this, I should be nice, I should oblige people, and it leaves you without a map, I think, when you're in that situation. I think the question is more interesting flipped round in a way. Why would we think romantic comedy does not have potential for discussing serious topics? Because what is romantic comedy? It's talking about our emotional lives, it's talking about our interpersonal relationships. I mean, that is as wide as the ocean, isn't it, really, in terms of what you can talk about. I think post Bridget Jones, all the romantic comedy became very much on a theme of light and fluffy and meringue, and it's almost like, you know, so why not? It's a why not. Why can you not talk about serious things in the context of people falling in love? In a way, falling in love is one of the most serious things you'll ever do. It was called Don't You Want Me, after the Human League song, and it starts, I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, that much is true. And it just seemed to fit perfectly, because you've not only got that, but in the song it's her story about, well, actually your description of me is not true, and his description is, I did this for you, you owe me, I made you, and she's very much coming back at him going, no, this isn't right. It's very much call and response in the song. So I just was so pleased. I thought, Don't You Want Me, it's perfect, it's perfect. My editor said Don't You Want Me is quite a hard title to put on a cover because it makes the girl look passive, and obviously my books, there's a bit more sass to them, so Don't You Forget About Me is a bit more of a command, I think, than Don't You Want Me. There's so many I could say, but I'm going to go with one that I don't think gets its dues. Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore, which has just had its 20th anniversary, I think. One of the real perils of romantic comedy is I think some get the romance right but the comedy isn't there, others get the comedy right but the romance isn't there, and what I love about Never Been Kissed is that it has both, I think.